Hey there, quick note before we dive in. What you're watching right now is a lesson from one of my courses that I've decided to release completely for free here on YouTube so you don't have to pay a dime. So instead of asking you to buy my course, if you want to show your appreciation, here's a couple of things that you can do. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. These small actions tell YouTube to share my content with more people, which is a huge help. Also, feel free to check out my recommended equipment links in the description below. If you do purchase equipment from these links, I do get a small commission at no extra cost to you whatsoever. Or if you want to, you can leave me a super thanks or even just hit play on one of my playlists. I know it sounds silly, but if you just hit play on one of my playlists and let it play in the background, even if you're not paying attention, it tells YouTube, hey, people are watching these videos. I'm going to push it out to more people. So even if you just want to do that, I would love it. I would appreciate it so much. And then lastly, if you're looking for more personalized help, I do offer private coaching that you can find in the description of this video. Either way, I really appreciate you, whether you choose to do one of these things or not. Just by simply watching this video, it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Now, let's get to the lesson. Okay, so today let's talk about denoising. All right, so the best way to use a denoiser is to not use a denoiser. I know. A lot of us are in situations where we have to use a denoiser because we just don't have any other options at the current moment, and that's why you're watching this video, and that's okay. Obviously, the goal is to get to a point to where you don't have to use a denoise tool at all, but, we're not all in perfect, amazing studios that are $10 million where it's so soundproof that you can't hear anything. That's just unfortunate for us, but we work in home studios, and there are issues that we have to deal with. So if you have to denoise, well, what do you do, and what are a couple of things to know? Well, number one, the noise you're dealing with really matters. It matters a lot. So if your noise is changing in pitch or frequency, your denoise tool is going to have a really hard time getting that noise out. So what do I mean? Well, a police siren, for example, it's oscillating. It's going, it's going to sound awful, but it's going wee. It's going up and down, up and down, up and down in pitch. And so a denoise tool is going to have a really hard time figuring out, oh, wait, what do you want me to denoise out? There's a bunch of stuff going on. So one, you don't want it to be oscillating in pitch and frequency if you can help it. I know we really can't in a lot of cases. Or two, you don't want it to be too loud. If the noise is too loud, if it's close to the loudness of your voice, oh boy, that denoise tool is going to have a really hard time figuring out what to do without negatively affecting the voice. So you don't want the noise to be one, too loud, or two, oscillating in pitch or tone. So you want it to be really consistent, like a fan, for example. In this example that you see right in front of us, this noise that you can see is a fan going on in the background. Now, it's quite faint, which is good. That's what you want. You don't want it to be too loud if you can help it. But I mean, if you could help it, you wouldn't have a noise, would you? Anyway, we have this fan here, and let's just listen to it. Now, make sure you're wearing headphones because this is a very faint fan, and you can see it in between everything I say. The fan is going in the background. But okay, what does this sound like? If you're not wearing headphones, it's going to be very hard to hear. So wear headphones. See if you can hear this fan.
One of life's greatest pleasures is a home-cooked meal. At HelloFresh, we're making it even easier to cook great meals from scratch. We've done all the hard work for you. Now you've got the fun part. Order online at HelloFresh.com today.
Now, if you can't hear it, it's okay. It's really hard to hear. But you can see the fan going on in the background, and today we're just learning how to denoise anyway. So here's our example. Well, TwistedWave comes with a free denoise plugin that actually works really well. So I'm just gonna highlight the noise. And that's one thing you want to do is if you're dealing with a noise that's really pesky and you can't get it to go away, record about 10 seconds of the noise after you do every single audition or every single take that you're doing, because now what you're going to do is you're going to highlight that noise. You're going to go to Effects, and then you see where it says Learn Noise Profile? Click that. Now you've just taught TwistedWave what the noise is that you're wanting to get rid of. Now highlight the entire bit of audio because you want to take that out. You're going to go to Effect, and this time, instead of Learn Noise Profile, you've already showed it what the noise is. Now just click Denoise, and it's going to ask you, okay, how much? Well, I've literally just taken this up to 1. Okay, 101, but close enough, just 1. Okay, its default is 0, and you don't want to go nuts all the way up here, right? You want to be gentle because if the harder you go, the harder it's going to work, and the more of a chance that you're going to run into a denoiser affecting your voice, and you don't want that. And I found that this actually does a really good job when you're gentle with it too. So let me get this down to 1. Can I do it? No, I can't. I can get close though. So, okay, 138. Close enough, man. Close enough. I'm going to hit apply. And then check it out. It didn't get rid of all the noise. The noise is still there a little bit. And you can even see it in between right here. You can't see it here. So, okay, we just realized to hear it together, okay, that wasn't enough. All right, cool. I'm going to Control-Z, undo that. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to go to Effects, Learn Noise Profile. It has now learned it. Now, I'm going to highlight everything and go to Effects. I'm going to go to DeNoise. And let's just increase this. Let's just go to 5. Or close to it anyway. Now I'm going to hit Apply. Again, it didn't get rid of all of it, but you can see, you get the idea. You're going to keep doing this until you can get rid of it all. So the other thing is, you've heard what it sounds like, and go back and play it if you want, but actually, let me just do it here so you have it. So again, let's hear what this sounds like with the noise, because the idea you're looking for here is you're trying to increase it to get rid of the noise, but not affect the voice. So if your voice sounds like it's underwater, or muffled, or you're losing clarity, or you hear some weird artifacting or some stuff going on, that means you need to dial back the denoise tool. So let's hear what it sounds like without anything going on.
One of life's greatest pleasures is a home-cooked meal. At HelloFresh, we're making it even easier.
And now let's denoise again and see if it changes that. Learn noise profile. Denoise. And this time I'm actually going to go quite a bit up. So let's do, I wasn't even doing 5 legitimately before. So let's legitimately do 1 here instead of 0.1 way back here. Let's go to 106, close enough. And oops, you know what I didn't do? My bad, guys. Let me learn the noise. And then I've got to highlight everything. So learn noise profile. Now highlight everything. And then go to denoise, and then I'm going to leave it 106, hit apply. Hey, look at that. It did a pretty good job. I mean, you see a little thing there, some little stuff down here, but look in between, no fan, no fan, no fan. You get the idea, and it's doing a pretty good job. So let's hear it now.
One of life's greatest pleasures is a home-cooked meal. At HelloFresh, we're making it even easier to cook.
Voice sounds good to me. I still have the clarity. I still have everything. It doesn't sound muffled or underwater or any weird stuff happening. So I'm good to go there, right? So that's good. So a good thing to keep in mind is if you're going to go denoise, a good place to be is about 0.1 in that area. Seems to do a good job for the amount of noise that we were dealing with here in this example, okay? Now, what's another thing we can do? So I've undone what I just did. The other thing you can do is there's a company called iZotope, and they make a bunch of restoration products. I use their declicker, which is for mouth noise. If you've seen that video, that's before this one. And then they have a voice denoise tool. They have a bunch of other stuff, but their voice denoise tool is pretty good. So how do we use it? Well, I would just go to Effects, VST. I would find iZotope, because that's who makes it. And then RX10 voice denoise. Here we go. A couple ways you can use this. You could, if you wanted to, you could just be really, really simple and check this adaptive mode box and just hit apply. And boom. Now, it didn't get rid of everything, so we might want to increase this reduction. Fine. But again, we're going for balance. But look, it got rid of a decent amount of that noise, okay? But that's adaptive mode, where it's guessing. Like, okay, I need to get rid of this noise. And what's the voice? Ooh, I'm going to figure it out on my own. But the other way that you can use this plugin is you can go to Effects. Let's go ahead and find it again. Where are you? There we are. And instead of adaptive, you can do what we did in TwistedWave before, where you just select the audio, click Learn up here, then click Play. It has now learned the noise. We're going to highlight everything, and we're going to click Apply. And again, you can see it took away most of the noise. I mean, some of it's still there, but it's so low now that no one would be able to hear it anyway. So that's the good news. Now, this is how you denoise. Again, you don't want to if you don't have to, but some of us are just in this situation. Now, Waves Clarity is another denoise tool that I use and I love. It's the one that I'm primarily using right now and have been for like a year or two. I have a whole hour-long tutorial on this below. Make sure you watch that if you're interested in clarity. The reason you would go with iZotope, well, with iZotope, you get a bundle that comes with a declicker and a denoiser, so you get both. Whereas with Waves Clarity, you only get a denoise tool, and that's it. It does an amazing job. You just don't get any kind of declicker for a mouth noise or anything like that. So anyway, that's denoising. Make sure to watch the Waves one, and I'll see you in the next video.